सर्वेश्वर भगवान की जय। गंगा मैया की जय। भारत माता की जय। धरती माता की जय। हर हर महादेव।
ओम जय गंगे माता मैया जय गंगे माता। जो नर तुमको ध्याता, जो नर मैया जी को ध्याता, मन वांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। चंद्र से ज्योत तुम्हारी जल निर्मल आता, मैया जल निर्मल आता। शरण पड़े जो तेरी, शरण पड़े जो तेरी, सो नर तर जाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। एक ही बार जो तेरी शरणागति आता, मैया शरणागति आता। यम की त्रास मिटा कर, यम के कष्ट मिटा कर, परम गति पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। मंगलकारी मैया तू है सुखदाता, मैया तू है सुखदाता। तेरी गोद में आकर, तेरी शरण में आकर, मन शांति पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। आरती मात तुम्हारी जो जन नित गाता, मैया प्रेम सहित गाता। दास वही सच में, भक्त वही सच में, मुक्ति को पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। जय गंगे माता मैया जय गंगे माता। जो नर तुमको जाता, जो नर मैया जी को जाता, मन वांछित फल पाता। ओम जय गंगे माता। जय गंगे माता। जय गंगे माता। त्वमेव माता
च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् शान्तिः 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 जय जय राधारमण हरि बोल जय जय राधारमण हरि बोल
जय राधारमण हरि बोल जय जय राधारमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधारमण हरि बोल जय जय राधारमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधारमण हरि बोल जय जय राधारमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधारमण
जय जय
राधारमण जय जय
राधारमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधारमण
जय जय राधारमण जय जय राधारमण हरि बोल
जय जय राधारमण हरि बोल जय राधारमण हरि बोल जय
राधारमण हरि बोल जय जय राधारमण हरि बोल
जय राधारमण
हरि बोल
जय जय राधारमण जय जय
राधारमण जय जय राधारमण हरि
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
The only way to do that is to live with an awareness that I am not that which gets sick and dies. If it is me who is sick and it's me who's dying, well, that's really scary. Because then I'm going to be over. I will die. I will be finished. I will dissolve. I will disappear. I will be extinguished. And that's really scary. Anything in the world, take a mosquito, take an ant, anything in the world does everything it possibly can do to protect itself. Nothing in the world, regardless of how low its level of consciousness may be, wants to die. Everything wants to stay alive. And so if I am my body, then my impending death, because we all have impending death, whether it's tomorrow or 70 years from now, we're all dying. None of us is not dying. And of course, regardless of how old we are, we have no idea whether that's going to be today, tomorrow, or 70 years from now. Nobody comes with a warranty, unfortunately. You know, you buy something and it says 5-year warranty. At least you know for 5 years I've got this thing, and if not, I'll get a good replacement. But life doesn't come with even a 24-hour warranty. So if I am the body, then it's very, very difficult to face that with serenity, because then I'm going to be extinguished. And so the only way to do this is to understand I'm not the body. I have a body. I love my body. Through this body, I experience the world. I mean, sure, if, God came down and said, all right, is there, what can I do for you? Tell me, what would you like to change? We all would come up with things that we'd like to change about our bodies. But we love them anyway. We should love them anyway, regardless of how much we'd want to change, because they are the way that we experience the beauty of the world. If we didn't have a body, we would never see sunsets. We would never look in the eyes of loved ones. We would never be able to hear the sound of Ganga as she flows by. We'd never be able to hear music. We'd never be able to hear the voice of our loved ones. And so the body is that which enables us to experience. The body is also our vehicle for awakening. If we didn't have a body and a brain, which is part of the body, we would not be able to meditate. We would not be able to inquire. We would not be able to chant a mantra. So our consciousness would still exist, of course, as the universal consciousness. Soul would still be there, of course, but we would have no way of knowing that. We'd have no way of experiencing consciousness, soul, divinity. So our body is the medium for our awakening, and our body is the medium for us to experience divinity. But we have it, we aren't it. The body is form, it's matter. And everything in matter disintegrates. And it disintegrates at pretty predictable rates. But no matter, nothing that is matter, doesn't disintegrate. And we know the matter of which our body is made. We know the elements our body is made of. And so we know approximately the rate at which that body is going to disintegrate. Along the way, we also get illnesses. Things go awry with the body. But if I am the body, then I am sick. No, I'm not sick. The body is sick. I'm going to do everything I can to treat it, to heal it. I want to stay in it as long as I can, as long as it's healthy. There's so much work to be done. There's so many artis to participate in. There's so many sunsets to see. There's so many people to love. I mean, there's so much. So we're going to do whatever we can to treat it. But we don't lose the peace, because the peace comes from knowing who we are. If our peace in any case is based on the physical body, it's very shallow. If I'm at peace right now because everybody's being really quiet and listening to me and being really nice, and then it's not a very stable peace. Because then the minute I'm somewhere where people are not being very quiet and listening very nicely, then your peace goes. If you're happy because it's a warm summer day and you like warm summer days, then when it's a cold winter day, you're no longer happy. So if our peace and our happiness is rooted in the stuff of the body anyway, we need to take it deeper. Because there's going to come a time, probably within a few minutes or a few hours, in which whatever happiness or peace we had is going to go. Because the body keeps changing, our situations keep changing, the moment keeps changing. And if it's only in the fact that that moment is giving me what I want, well, when the next moment doesn't give me what I want, peace is over, happiness is over, joy is over. So that's not what we're looking for anyway. And the only way to get the peace and the happiness that doesn't disappear with every moment is to get it deep within the soul. That which doesn't go up and down. And so when I'm able to connect with that, when I'm able to connect with a part of me that isn't that which is constantly changing, that isn't disintegrating, but the me that has been constant throughout, in my case, 47 years of bodily changes. There's an I that's consistent and constant. I can look at pictures of myself 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Recent ones look like me. The ones 40 years ago don't look anything like me. If I showed you a picture of me at 7, you wouldn't know, oh yeah, that's the same one. Probably. Body has changed so many times. But there's an I that's consistent. There hasn't even been a gap. There's no place where I've said, oh my God, okay, new body, all right, who am I? Consistent. Who's the I? What is it that's consistent? Who is that I? All of my body has changed. My situation has changed. My environment has changed. But I is here. Who is that? I is here when I'm awake. I is here when I'm asleep. I'm saying I in my dreams. Who's that I? And with that inquiry, we start to dip deeper into the truth of who we are. And when we know that, when we really know what Lord Krishna tells us in the Bhagavad Gita about who we are, right? In that famous passage when he explains to us, well, the soul cannot be cut with knives, it cannot be burned by fire, it cannot be dried by the wind, it cannot be wet with water. Well, the body can. I can take this glass of water, pour it on my body, boom, wet. The body is wet. Light a fire, the body catches fire. But what is it that doesn't? That's who you are. And so when we know that that's who we are, then we're able to take sickness and death, not easily, it's never easy. It's really never easy. Unless you are fully Maha, completely enlightened, or unless you are living in an absolute state of denial and repression. Only those two extremes take sickness and death with absolute, complete serenity. The rest of us are somewhere on the path between completely deluded and fully awakened. And on that path, it's never easy. But this is where we keep reminding ourselves, bringing the awareness back in that moment of illness, in that moment of impending death. Yeah. Back to who I am. Back to who I am. I'm not the feverish body, right? I'm not the mucus-filled lungs. I'm not all of these things. I have them, but I'm not them. I'm not the body that's about to stop breathing. I'm the one who's in that body. And even when the body stops breathing, even when it comes much earlier than we wish it would, I'm still there. Maybe I'll get another body. Maybe I won't get another body and I'll just merge formlessly into God. But either way, I'm there. I was never born, I'm never going to die. This is straight from the Bhagavad Gita. You were never born, never going to die. So the more we can really live like that, the more prepared we are. And don't wait till you get sick or get a terminal diagnosis to start this practice. Crisis is never a good time to begin a spiritual practice. It's the time you need a practice that you've already built up. Tragically, a lot of us tend to dive into it at that time. But if you're here now, start it now, if you haven't started it yet. Because I guarantee you will die. And before you die, chances are you will get sick. And so it's a really, really good insurance policy to have a spiritual practice that when that happens, you can go to. I mean, we all have doctors. Some people have health insurance. Some people have, life insurance, because we know. We know it's going to happen. Well, that's only going to take care of our body or our loved ones whom we leave behind. But what about my experience of being the one who's sick and dying? Well, no insurance is going to take care of that. The only insurance for that is my spiritual practice.